Welcome back to Nikki's Nosh, and today we're at the Millfield, which is a Beefeater. We're at the Beefeater. You can see the sign up there, Beefeaters. Now, Beefeater started in 1974, and they were really popular in the 70s. They did the standard sort of prawn cocktail, then they did a beef dinner of some description, and then you had a pudding, which was often Black Forest Gatto. I haven't been to Beefeaters probably since then. I certainly haven't been here for the last 30 years. So I thought, well, it's a Sunday, it's Sunday lunch, they're doing a Sunday roast, let's give them a try. So, come on. Come on. So we're going to go inside and see what they have to offer. Well, they've got a food hygiene rating of 5, so that's a good start. It's owned by Whitbread. Hello. Hello. And we'll go in and we'll see what they have to offer.
Once a name known far and wide, Beefeater was the place to dine with pride. For 50 years it served us well, but now it seems it's hard to tell. Beefeater or defeater, what's it come to now? Is the legacy fading? Perhaps they don't know how. Once served with care, now it's all just the same. Beefeater's lost its way, but who's to blame?
So you register here your car, so that works out really well. I've done that already. Please wait to be seated, and there we are. So all I've got to do now is wait to be seated. Welcome back to Nikki's Nosh, and of course I'm Nikki. Now I'm having an actual Sunday lunch today, and I'm at Beefeaters. I'm at a Beefeater. Now, I haven't been to a Beefeater in a very long time. They started in 1974, and they're making a big thing about that at the moment. They have the Sunday roast menu, which is here, yeah? So you can have a little look at that. Right. So here we got the Sunday roast menu. So every Sunday from 12 p.m, our Sunday dishes are served with crispy roast potatoes, golden honey glazed parsnips. I'm not a great fan of parsnips. Yorkshire pudding stuffed in a selection of vegetables and gravy, unless stated otherwise. There's the roast sirloin of beef at $15.29. There's a roast gammon. There's a turkey breast. There's a no chicken roast. So it's good for even people who are vegetarians, right? But the ultimate Sunday roast is £18.79. You get the best of all the meats with gammon, turkey, and 30-day aged sirloin. So that's interesting. That's what I'm going to go for. You can add a little extra here, and I'm going to I'm going to ask what's in the grilled veg with asparagus, £3.29, and then you can have unlimited favourites for just £1.49, tuck into unlimited portions of crispy roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, and gravy. Well, I don't want to be wanting it for the gravy, and I'm not going to pay £1.49 for extra gravy. Got that ultimate Sunday roast. So that's what I'm going to go for. And I like asparagus, so I'm going to ask them what's in the grilled veg, and we're going to go for that, I think. Here we go. This is it. Here, they're very well laid out. 74 seasoned mini corn on the cobs, £3.29, or grilled veg with asparagus, grilled courgettes, mixed peppers, and red onions, seasoned in our 74 barbecue rub, and that doesn't look like quite what it is, but we're going to go for the grilled veg with asparagus as well. That seems reasonable, doesn't it? I've got myself a glass of lager. It's Moretti lager, and that tastes really lovely. I can't have more than a half because I'm driving, and it's just coming up to 1 o'clock, so I'm ready to order. It looks very smart. The decor is pleasant. The staff are extremely pleasant. £18.79 for a full Sunday roast. Can't go bad, really. Actually, I do like this lager. Beefeater is owned by Whitbread. They tend to have one of their food places next door to one of their Premier Inns. So that it tends to work together. But sometimes they have the Premier Inn and then they have another eatery somewhere else, which might be Mitchell and Butler's. Premier Inn out on the Hull Road of York has got a restaurant attached to it, a pub stroke restaurant, which is the Black Bull, but that's a Mitchell and Butler sizzler. This place will be doing the breakfasts for the Premier Inn. Premier Inn have really sort of improved their act a lot in the last decade. Once upon a time, they used to have a reputation of being a little bit tatty, but they have really, really improved their game. And all the people I know who have gone to Premier Inns have said how wonderful it really is. Everything I've seen so far tells me I'm going to have a reasonable meal. This is £18.79. There's no starters. I could have had some starters, chicken wings, breaded mushrooms, cheesy potato dippers. I'm not going to have a starter today because I'm here for a Sunday roast. So, they do have dessert, so I might have a dessert. Vanilla ice cream sundae with Kit Kat, Biscoff sundae, Banafee cheesecake, vanilla ice cream, apple and blackberry crumble, a lightly spiced crumble with either custard or vanilla ice cream. I think I'm not going to have a dessert. I'm going to just simply stick to the roast and hope for the best. So we're going to stick with just the roast. But we are having the grilled as veg and asparagus, which was an extra £3.29. So overall, we're talking about just over £20. And I'm only having the grilled veg and asparagus. Now, there's some music being played in the background, but it's not loud. They still do the prawn cocktail, of course. Remember I said at the outside, I said, you used to tend to get prawn cocktail, then a beef, a steak of some description, and then you'd have a dessert, which was often Black Forest Gatto. These in the 70s. The 70s, I mean, at the beginning of the 70s, there was no such thing as pizza, at least in Britain. The one thing that you would tend to have it as a dessert would be a coffee which had some cream floated across the top, and the cream had some liqueur in it. Often it was Tia Maria, and you would then sip the coffee through the cream. If they still do that, put it in the comments, because I'd love to know. Lovely, thank you, my darling. Oh, look at that. Sexy straw as well. Thank you. Tap water. Have you noticed? I've got the microphone on my handbag, strapped to my handbag. And I just have to make sure that the little blue light there is on and it's catching my voice. Whenever I go to something even more expensive, I always seem to forget to do those things. Right, my meal's arrived, so let's have a look at it. Gammon, turkey and sirloin. So this is the gammon. Here's the sirloin. And there's the turkey. Yorkshire pudding. Some roasts, which look a bit soggy, I have to say. And then we have something else. These do look soggy. And some of these roasts look as if they've seen better days, like that one. And then we've also got this, which is the veg, which is the extra veg that I paid for, which is £3.29, grilled veg with asparagus. We've got the red pepper there, which looks a bit dry, I have to say. And we've got some asparagus, which are hot in the bottom and cold at the top. They taste okay. Let's give it a try. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at this now. We're going to eat it. Okay. Well, there's our meal. Let's pour the gravy. See where we go with the gravy. Oh, it's nice gelatinous gravy. Right, so I'm going to put that to one side. Oh, we've got some cabbage that was hiding behind there. Now then, let's just try, and there's a bit of stuffing as well there. Okay, so let's give it a try. Right, let's have a little look. Right, well, they give me a knife. Let's try the stuffing. Stuffing's nice. Crispy outside. Tender on the inside.
Definitely more looking food.
Looks okay to me so far. So there's our stuffing. Now, let's have a look at that. That looks as if it's been in a fight, doesn't it? It doesn't taste much better. I think these are yesterday's roasts. These are not much better, I have to honestly say. The roasts are soggy on the inside again, but they're soggy on the outside too. They're not crisp. Right, let's have a try that carrot. Right, tasty carrot. Right, let's have these on here. Yeah, there's quite a few roasts, but they do look as if they've been in a fight. Right, let's have a go at the Yorkshire. I put some extra gravy on it. Yorkshire's not crisp at all, it's soggy. You see that? Look, it's just soggy. This half is nice and crisp. Let's give that a go. Nice enough. Actually, the gravy is lovely. Right, let's try the. It's a little bit thin on meat. Look, there's the one piece of meat. There's the other piece of meat. Yeah. Now, whether they have come off a real turkey or they've come. It's cold. The plate's cold as well. There's not much of it. There's another piece there. Now these roasts definitely look strange. Well, let's try the parsnips. I'm not a parsnip fan. See how they go. Actually, strangely enough, these parsnips are extremely tasty. I'm quite enjoying these, and I don't like parsnips. They're nice. The veg, but it was in a small bowl. The asparagus are okay. And they've clearly gone on. They've been under a barbecue grill or something, some description. Are they worth £3? The red peppers. Yellow pepper. Let's give the gammon a taste. The gammon, again, a little bit thin, like a piece of bacon. Again, it's cold. Tastes okay. But it's not a big piece of gammon, it's a small piece of gammon. 2 pieces. We've almost finished the gammon now. I think I'll be having my evening meal. These, again, cold. I don't know what's quite wrong with them, but you know, see what I mean? It's soggy, flavoursome but soggy. The gravy's got some flavour to it. There. The Yorkshire's okay. Let's try this beef. Right, falls apart. Here's the beef. It's done perfectly to my liking because it's quite rare. But the portion size is small. So there you go. Yes, the beef's okay. It's nice beefy flavour, nice flavour. The meat is not in any way gristle. It's nicely been prepared. There's just not enough of it. It's supposed to be the ultimate. It isn't the ultimate. That roast potato there, I'm not going to eat that. It looks rotten. Look. So this is Nikki from the future, just bringing you up to date on this review at the Millfield Beefeater. When I recorded this video, I hadn't done the checklist. As a result of it, I have completely miscalculated and misrated the Beefeater. So I'll go through it here and now. Was the roast under £15? Well, it wasn't. This was over £18, and then I paid extra for the vegetables, which was £3.25. The meal itself was close to £22. It certainly wasn't under £15. Were the plates hot? No, they weren't. Was the food hot? No, they weren't. Was the meat cooked in the kitchen? I honestly do not know. The turkey looked as if it had come from a slice. They looked too identical. The roasts were not on display. Yes, we got 3 meats, but we got very small portions. Frankly, when you compare to what we've had at other carveries, they weren't big enough portions. So basically, I would have said we got half of the portion of the meat in each case. So I'm going to say, no, we didn't get 3 meats. Gravies and sauces, yeah, we got gravy. We didn't get any sauces. Did we get 6 veg options? No, we didn't. Not as standard. We got 4 peas, parsnips, got a very small amount of cabbage, and we got 3 slices of carrot. So there wasn't 6 veg options, and we weren't allowed to add extra to it. The whole thing was we were given what we were given, and they were fairly small portions. Was there any limit on the veg and the gravy? Well, no, there was a limit on the veg and gravy. You got what you got. The Yorkshire pudding was tasty enough, but it was a bit soggy. Roast spuds, they were terrible. Half of them were overcooked. They looked as if they'd been cooked 3 or 4 times, and the others looked as if they hadn't been cooked at all. They certainly looked like frozen spuds that had just been zapped up in a deep fat fryer. I can't be absolutely certain. Was there any microwave? Was there any sous vide? I honestly don't know, but I suspect there might have been. That was not an exceptionally good roast. If you were saying it in a movie, phoning it in, they were phoning that in. As a result of it, I honestly can't rate this anything more than 5.5 out of 10. And I'm being generous at 5.5 out of 10. The spuds were disgraceful. The only thing that was good was the gravy. You can't give them a good score just because of the gravy. The sirloin steak was reasonable as well, but there wasn't enough of it. So 5.5 from me. Therefore, it does not get Nikki's nod. Will I be going back then? No, I will not. Would I recommend it? No, I would not. That's my personal opinion. Now, I may be wrong. I know enough about catering to know that that meal was not sufficient. I was disappointed. I paid quite a lot of money out for it, and I will list out how much I paid when we go outside. It was certainly over £22, excluding the beer. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. I got better meals elsewhere. In fact, if I was to look at it in terms of a restaurant meal, it's the worst restaurant meal I've actually had whilst I've been doing the channel. The answer is 5.5. And I'm being generous, I think. You might say in the comments that I was too generous. If you think I've not been generous enough, and you think that meal, the cold meal, remember, because the plates came out completely cold. If you think I've been unfair, well, please say so in the comments. I don't like giving anybody bad news, but this was a bad news thing. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have come here. I'd been warned about it. Beefeater have lost their fizz. I thought I'd give them the chance. So they don't get Nikki's nod at all, and I do not suggest that you go there. There are other Beefeaters in Britain which do get very good TripAdvisor scores, but this one is getting, I think, 3.8, which is low. As I'm working through here, you'll have seen some of the TripAdvisor reviews coming up, and you'll see there's a lot of people who are very cheesed off with the Millfield Beefeater. I don't think they're going to recover from it. I really don't think that Whitbread gives a damn about it. They're making money, and they don't really care. Would any local person go to this Millfield for a Sunday lunch? No, they wouldn't. I really don't think they would. And would I recommend that they do? No, certainly don't. Don't ever go there. There are much, much better places. Even a Toby Carvery or Pear Tree Farm would give you a fantastic meal for a fraction of the price. So that's enough from me. From me, Nikki, on it's the 30th of March. I'm just editing it so I can get it out. I'll hand you back to Nikki from the past. Today we were at the Beefeater on Millfield, which is on the sort of the west part of York, and I had a Moretti beer, a lager, which was a half a lager. It was £2.95. I had the so-called Sunday roast ultimate, which was £18.79. I had the extra grilled veg, which included asparagus, 3 asparagus, and then I had a glass of water, which was nothing. So the total price was £25 and 3 pence. So there you are, £25 and 3 pence. No service charge. I paid 25 quid. If I'd have gone to Miller and Carter, I'd have paid 35 quid. Would it been worth the extra £10? And I'd had a 3-course meal for that. £36 actually, Miller and Carter. I did say to the duty manager that I was a little disappointed. I tried to be as positive as I could. I hope you are going to enjoy this video more than I enjoyed this Sunday roast. So from me, Nikki, at Nikki's Nosh, cheers, me dears.
What happened to the love, the care, the pride? Beefeater's legacy now drifts with history's tide.